Hey there, and welcome to the Contentment Creator Podcast, the show designed especially for creative entrepreneurs just like you who are committed to a beautiful life that's rooted in courage and contentment, and that's blooming with creativity and prosperity. I'm your host, Ellen Broin, a certified life coach, a singer, a mother, and a lover of alliteration, dogs, and deep conversation. This show is designed to become a part of your daily routine to help you, fellow contentment creator, dig deep to clarify your life vision, catalyze your creative flow, and fuel your entrepreneurial fire in just a few inspiring minutes each day. Each Friday, we talk about CEO care, and today's episode is all about tending to our inner garden. There's a space we carry with us everywhere we go, one that doesn't show up in our calendar or our Slack messages or our to-do lists. One that doesn't scream for attention like a toddler with jam on their hands. And yet, it runs everything. I'm talking about our inner environment. And if you're a creative entrepreneur, a parent, or someone in a leadership role, or let's be honest, all three at once, you already know your inner world is the engine room of it all. How we relate to our thoughts, our emotions, our nervous system, our sense of spaciousness or pressure. That's the actual driver of how our business grows, how our partnerships flow, and how our parenting feels on a Tuesday morning when the coffee ran out and the kids' shoes are nowhere to be found. One of the biggest shifts in my adult life, especially once I became a business owner and then a mother, was realizing that caring for my inner environment was not a luxury or a nice to have. It was the foundation of my work, the foundation of my marriage, the foundation for every single decision I make. I've shared this before, but when I talk about CEO care, I'm not just talking about spa days or journaling rituals. I'm talking about the practice of checking in with what's actually happening on the inside. Not what needs to be fixed, not what should be performing better, but simply, what's the weather like in here today? Sometimes it's a gentle fog, a little unclear but manageable. Sometimes it's a storm brewing, maybe a conflict we've avoided or a fear we've pushed down too far. And other times it's wide open skies, spacious, clear, with a warm breeze of motivation flowing right on through. But we only know what's happening when we stop long enough to look. And when we don't pause to tend to our inner world, it's like trying to plant a garden during a hurricane. The effort is there, but nothing grows. We keep pushing through, burning fuel we don't have, wondering why nothing's landing and everything feels heavier than it should. It's not because we're not capable, it's because we're disconnected. That's why I take CEO care so seriously. Because if I don't maintain my inner environment, if I'm not actively cultivating clarity and space and peace, I start showing up to my business, my family, and my life like a low battery phone on 5% brightness. Technically, I'm functioning, but not quite alive. One of the ways I tend to my inner environment is by checking in with what I'm believing right now about myself, about others, about time, about money. Beliefs are like the air in our greenhouse. You can't always see them, but they impact every single thing we grow. So when I notice things are off or I'm running into some kind of wall again and again, I don't just ask, what am I doing wrong? I ask, what am I believing right now that might be shaping how I'm feeling or showing up? Another practice I swear by? Silence. Not forever. Don't panic. But even just 2 minutes in the middle of the day to just be. Not to meditate perfectly, not to solve anything. Just sit and let the snow globe settle. When we get quiet, the truth of our inner environment usually reveals itself. And from that place, we can tend to it gently instead of bulldozing over it with more productivity. We can't always control the weather inside of us, but we can absolutely learn to tend to it, to build shelter when needed, to open the windows when things feel stale, to step out and soak up the sun when it finally arrives. That is CEO care in action. So here's your gentle reminder from me to you. Your inner environment matters, and you don't have to fix it before you move forward. You just have to notice it, be in relationship with it, and care for it the way you would a beloved garden. Because the roots of everything you're building, your business, your relationships, your purpose, they're all growing in there. So let's make sure the soil is rich, my friend. Thank you for being here with me today. If you enjoyed today's episode, please share the love by sending it to someone you know it would support and by leaving reviews and comments. It would truly mean the world to me to hear from you and to support those you care about. Hit that subscribe button so you never miss a day and join me in my mission to help a world full of content creators become a world of contentment creators.